Hey, hey, hey! What's going on, guys? I'm trying to sound excited, because I am excited. I've recorded all 3 of these now in a row, and I'm filled with excitement. I feel reborn. I'm back. I'm new. It's a new thing. I have this thing with Call of Duty commentaries where I take a break every few months. It seems like I go 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks without really posting any commentaries in it. It's because I get frustrated with YouTube and blah, 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 and the frustration leads to me just not wanting to do anything. And by the way, this gameplay did start about a minute in, so you're not missing anything because I immediately went on that staircase and died, and then you're seeing it from there. Anyway, well, what do I have to say today? I have to say I'm excited to be here doing the commentary thing. It's fun, and once the frustration will build up again with the views and the whole thing, and then I'll take a break, and then I'll come back, because I still love doing this. And I love all of you who are here. But we gotta get into my topic, because this is TDM, and it goes rather quickly up in this bitch. So, let's talk. Alright. So for my homework the other day, we were given a question. It was kind of like, if the US collapsed similar to ancient Rome, what would you do? How would your town, how would our town function? What would happen? What would we do? Blah, 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 blah. So, you know, there were a few questions. Like, one was, who would take over? What would you use for currency? You know, all this kind of stuff. Like, how would you protect from invasions? You know, what would you do? All this stuff. And I thought, immediately, as soon as it was handed to me, commentary topic, boom, let's go, right? I was like, let's go. That's what I basically stood up and went, let's go. That's what I did. No, I was pretty excited. I actually wrote on the top of the paper commentary, and then I did the homework on a separate sheet of paper and handed it in, so I needed more room, so I didn't have to hand the thing in with pen saying commentary at the top. So I have the paper right here, but I'm not going to really use it because I basically know the general point. So I'm just going to give it to you. Let's go with Russia. Russia invades the U.S. They take over. The government falls apart. Russia then leaves, moves on to Canada. And we are left basically ravaged, destroyed, no government, no one's in control, resources are gone, power plants destroyed, we don't have power, we don't have any of the stuff. We're basically back to the beginning. We're back to square one. We are pilgrims in a new country, basically. We have some, obviously, knowledge of the land. You know, things have been burnt down, destroyed. There's still some things standing, but for the most part, our country has been destroyed. So, how do we pick a new leader? What do we use for money? And what do we do to protect other towns? Because basically each town now is their own thing from invading us, because we're not a country anymore. We are not the United States of America. Europe, I'm sorry, but you just get the point. You know what I'm talking about. They take over your country wherever you are. Okay, so we're not the United States. We do not have states with the towns united as one. We are all separate. So here's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, we're in the U.S. So unlike ancient Rome, we didn't have emperors. You know, we didn't take over the government by stabbing the previous emperor and taking over. That's not how we do it. You know, here we vote. Now, some people might want to shoot the president, but that doesn't mean that's what we do. We just don't. We vote on who we want. So I assume that we would naturally go to voting. That would be what we do, because we have that knowledge. We already think that way. We're going to vote. That's what we're going to do. And, you know, she said, like, well, what if, you know, people aren't honest? Well, you know, it's the risk we're going to have to take, because the other way that this is going to go if we don't vote is people killing each other until someone's in charge, and that ain't going to work either. We can't be stabbing each other. So I figured we're going to vote on the leader. I elect myself or Mr. Sark. That is my 2 options for a leader. Maybe Wings of Redemption. Actually, yes. Mr. Stark, I love you, but you're too off the wall. Wings, I actually think you have a brain, so if it's not going to be me, it'll be Wings. Because I think Wings actually would kind of be able to run a country. Oddly enough. Sounds weird, but I do think that he has some knowledge. So, then, what do we do for currency? And she said, like, U.S. money no longer has value. Now, technically, I guess, too, if you went to Canada with the money of a country that didn't exist, they'd look at you like you were a fool. However, they're being invaded by Russia, so it doesn't matter. Now, my point was, money doesn't really have value anyway. Money doesn't represent anything. I mean, we made up money. Because at one point, it represented, like, you had gold coins, and gold was worth something because it's gold. However, we have a dollar bill. What is it? It's a piece of paper that represents an imaginary amount of money, because it's just kind of thrown around like crazy now. Like, you know, it's not like it represents the U.S.'s money, because they don't have any money. It's not like the citizens have a portion of the U.S.'s money, because the U.S. doesn't have that money to have. So I didn't see why in our little society we couldn't still use U.S. currency, because it didn't matter. As long as we didn't try to take it somewhere else, it's still, if that guy has $100 and I have apples, he's going to buy $100 worth of apples. You can still do that. We can just reestablish the currency, because at this point the U.S.'s currency is imaginary because they don't have any money to back it. And then lastly, defending your country. Well, everyone in America basically owns a gun. Guns are common in America. They were legal before we were attacked by Russia. So I assume we all have guns, and that's how we're going to protect ourselves. We already own weapons. You know, I forget what leader it was of what country who said he would never invade the U.S. on their home soil because they have a good military and half the citizens are going to shoot you. So please, leave me your thoughts below, how you're going to make your country, what's going to happen. I hope this was an interesting commentary. If you want more topics kind of in this realm, you know, theoretical ideas, just, you know, not the boring, you know, oh, Infinity Ward should do this, oh, this is how you play a game. If you want to do this stuff some more, let me know and I can try to whip up some more questions. Thank you guys for watching, give it a like, and I'll see you later.